Hello and welcome to episode 31 of the Clean Energy Show. I'm Brian Stockton.
And I'm James Whittingham. Brian,
Yes,
what a spectacular special day we have today.
it's Battery Day.
Well, I'm going to argue that it was mostly about manufacturing.
Eventually, every car company will have long-range electric cars. Eventually, every company will have autonomy. I think, but not every company will be great at manufacturing. Tesla will be absolutely head and shoulders above anyone else in manufacturing. That is our goal.
Yeah, I agree. It's like in many ways. I remember when we started this podcast and you said, we're not experts in this. There were times during the Battery Day where I thought, gee, it would really be handy to be an expert in this because they, released so much information and there was kind of a lot to comprehend. But the gist was they're going to make a shit ton of batteries by 2030, again, reinforcing the premise of our podcast, the 2020 to 2030 time period for our podcast. And
Right.
Ramping up to 3 terawatts, it is partly about the battery chemistry and cars and all that kind of thing. But it's really just about, ramping production and just figuring out how to do all that.
Okay, let's get this out of the way. You and I had a gentleman's bet that I said the stock would go up. It has clearly not gone up.
No.
It has gone down. It looks like about 10% on the day, $385. It was around, $425 yesterday or before the event?
Yeah, it's been dropping for a while, yeah.
Okay, I have some thoughts on this, Don. I want you to hear me out. My thought is that based on what we heard yesterday, it should go up.
Yeah, well, there's a saying in investing, buy the rumor, sell the news. And I don't know where that comes from or why that makes any sense, but people were buying the rumors and then now the news is released and they're selling. But I think that it makes some sense because there was nothing in Battery Day really for short-term investors. Like for people trying to make a quick buck, there wasn't a lot of news there. It was really all long-term news. And in fact, several aspects of the announcement were all about how long all this shit's going to take. Like even the Plaid Model S, not available until the end of 2021. Like even that was a bit of a disappointment. So I think that's why. Nothing there for the short-term investor. It was all for the long-term investor.
Well, the Plaid Model S is almost their roadster. I mean, it's almost a niche item. It's $140,000, which, considering what it does, though, I mean, are you kidding me? Did you see the specs on that thing?
Yeah, so 1,100 horsepower, 200 miles per hour top speed, 520 miles of range, and 0 to 60 miles an hour in under 2 seconds. It's ridiculous.
Under 2 seconds for a big, heavy, four-door, roomy sedan. I'm not a sports car guy, but that is a freaking sports car in a family sedan. And for God's sake, man, 837 kilometer range, which, by the way, I think is an ideal range for Canada. Because I'm going to make some arguments in the coming weeks about range, okay? And why a lot of people say, oh, you only need 230 miles or, 400 kilometers. Because you stop every once in a while to charge, which you proved on the way to Vancouver. However, we have cold weather here, which cuts your range drastically. And also, it's just you fill up faster in the bottom 60, 70, 80% of the battery anyway. You don't really want to use the whole battery. So the bigger your battery is, the faster your car is going to charge, the longer it'll last you. And that is just a lot more convenient if you don't have to use the whole battery. So you don't want to waste that weight. But there was a lot of information here, and I have to say I grasped a lot of it.
Good for you.
Did you find it? Well, I mean, I couldn't go build a battery. I couldn't go, give me some nickel and I'll give you a battery cell. But I mean, they did a pretty good job of explaining what was going on. And at every notch, I thought, well, this is crazy. I mean, this is really good news. This is what I thought. The market is not reflecting that. It's gone up slightly since we started our show. It's gone up $2. So maybe they're listening to us somehow.
Recording, but I don't know. Yeah, exactly. It's down 8.6% right now, but